What's good, YouTube? It's Jamon here, and today we're going to start a episode of Dawn of the Reapers. They recently made a new release that was basically an open beta for the public. I started a game before, wasn't too happy with the performance of it on my recordings, primarily because this is prior to me fixing it, so I won't be uploading that copy. You didn't miss much aside from explaining a few different things, such as, if you didn't notice, that fancy little loading screen in the back, for example. So with Dawn of the Reapers, a lot of the aesthetics have been updated aggressively, so including things like that loading screen, you know, codexes in the loading screens, just general UI stuff, and then my favorite thing, the close button still doesn't work. That's fine. My favorite thing of all time being the research menu. So for example, Shepherd assets include different characters, different fleets. You know, this is basically our advanced research tree for certain types of ships, pretty much. Diplomatic, this is whatever. This isn't really much. We've got obviously ground forces, and then military fleet upgrades are the images, for example, are nothing but some of the main fleets of Mass Effect. I think this is easily my favorite aesthetic of this entire mod. But without further ado, let's jump into this. I've already got a little bit of a mini fleet pretty well built. Let's see here. Can't have fresh air because, you know, everybody outside likes to make a ton of noise.
Whatever you need, we'll take care of it.
But let's see. 8 starfighters, or 8 fighters, that's a lot. Yeah, I wasn't too happy though, like I said, with the previous recording I did for this, so not much was missed.
Standing by.
But I'm trying to avoid settling for really low quality like recordings from now on. I don't want that to ever be a thing again. Some of these ships have also been repurposed, so this used to be the one of the Cerberus capitals, but it's been repurposed for a cargo ship, which is pretty neat. Let's see. These are just general transports, you know, these are all cargo ships. I'm okay with this. Let's see, what abilities do we have for this Einstein carrier? Just that. Alright. So, this is our little galaxy. Let's see, our capital is Elysium. And we've got a decently sized fleet.
Reporting.
Didn't miss much aside from the fact that there were some capitals in the area, or some regular dreadnoughts that we took out, just to get to a couple of these planets. We got our mass relay over here. And if I recall correctly, some of these, yep, these still have Eclipse dreadnoughts, or that has an Eclipse dreadnought. This has an Eclipse and a Blood Pack dreadnought. This has an Eclipse. That has an Eclipse. That has a Eclipse and a decently sized fleet, actually.
Standing by.
But our economy is looking pretty good. Our fleet upkeep isn't too bad, and we have the ability to build a decently sizable force. We even have access to Geth dreadnoughts, which are, like, if I recall, because I haven't really had a chance to get too into this, they are pretty freaking broken. Incredibly overpowered. And that's how I like it.
Einstein carrier reporting.
So we'll move our Einstein up with the rest of our fleet. This isn't like Stellaris, so there isn't really a way to say follow. How do you make a fleet? Shift F.
Engines at full.
Whatever you need, we'll take care of it. Mobilizing now, Commander.
Excuse me. So this is going to be our main battle group for a while. We'll build a second fleet eventually. They've done some remodeling of some of the ships, like for example the Everest class dreadnoughts look pretty fancy.
Let me guess. Somebody's
And these are the new Alliance frigates. That's actually a Hastings. Yes, right. This is the right one. This is a Hastings frigate. One of the newer ships that got added to the Citadel roster.
Heavy frigate reporting.
So most of our fleet is nothing but Hastings, which is fine. We've got quite a few dreadnoughts already early in game. We're going to bump the speed up just a little bit.
Research complete. Research complete.
Alright. Actually, we'll lower the speed just for a second while I look in this menu. And of course, the ground forces menu have been all replaced with nothing but images of like soldiers in the Mass Effect universe, which is pretty cool. And if you want, you can go ahead and read through these. I'm not going to read through them too hard for time constraints of the video. We'll get that though for increased mining. In the SR support, this just improves, let's see, from city planning and civil engineering. Okay, so we can get this to improve culture and population and research upgrades. So, and still while maintaining a pretty solid budget. Let's see. We won't be getting access to these two because we didn't pick the renegade options. At least I don't think. Yeah. Which is fine. Not too bad. Then this is our Titan, and we already have access to that Dreadnought. The Geth Dreadnought is currently being unlocked as an option. And we have access to the Turian ships. So I think I could build some Geth frigates. We'll requisition quite a few of those actually. And they will start focusing on taking these planets. So this one seems pretty easy to take. It's got 2 dreadnoughts though, so I want to be careful of that. Actually, this one might be easier. Actually, no, this one might be easier. Yeah, this one has the least amount of ships in the area. So let's see. Build some fighters and put some fighters in that.
Research complete.
Sure. And what research did we finish? Geth Dreadnought and ship production. I think, yeah, we've started branching out over here. Eden Prime. That's actually the capital of an enemy faction. Or, not capital. Assumably a capital, but that's the planet of an enemy faction. And, is this the other side of the relay? Wait, let's see. Yeah, because that relay goes in 3 different directions. That's actually the Reapers right there. Alright, so we don't want to mess with them. Not yet, anyway. I can't really determine this early on. Who has the most... Who has the better income? Assumably the AI, because that's literally how every RTS ever goes. So we'll build a few Normandy classes.
Launching .cp process.
And we'll have them...
Heading to that location. Initiating faster than light travel.
We'll have them merge up with this fleet right here.
Normandy stealth frigate here. Jumping to faster than light.
So we'll have the, if you didn't notice, I right-clicked the Normandies to do FTL, or to basically hunt for enemies.
Scouts have just picked up a colonizable planet.
Standing by, Commander.
I think these ships auto-spawn when our planet is threatened, if I recall. In any case, let's get this fleet down here to this asteroid belt. And what research did we just finish? Saurian civilian support. Alright. Slow that down a little bit. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, just in case the enemy starts even remotely making attempts to lash out at us. This is just trade goods increase. The text changed a little bit.
Scouts have just picked up a colonizable planet.
Alright, and this will increase max population. That's fine, we can get that. Planet upgrade, build rate, and cost decreases. Ground forces forces. We'll get Erdnot of Rex. Places and preserve Krogan lives, better possible. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. We could definitely get the additional. Alright, so this gives us additional strike craft, and it bumps our supply up because that fleet's completely in utterly in perfect condition. If you're not familiar with the 6th Fleet from Mass Effect. So we'll get that to give us some more strike craft. I don't want to go too crazy with the fleet upgrades because that'll increase our upkeep astronomically, and we don't want that.
FTL jump complete.
Scouts have just picked up a colonizable planet.
Dreadnought der Everest-Klasse meldet sich zum Dienst. In Bereitschaft, Kommandant.
Alright, so that fleet should get there eventually.
Initiating FTL preparations. Please stand by.
So, I did not have all those ships grouped appropriately.
Getting ready for FTL.
Research complete.
In Bereitschaft, Kommandant.
Alright, so
Research complete.
research complete. Oh, we just lost a couple of cruisers or ships. Alright, so we're pretty good up here.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Scouts have just picked up a colonizable
okay.
planet.
So we have selection options between 4 dreadnoughts or super dreadnoughts.
Research complete.
Receiving your communication.
And we'll let the fighters use.
Dreadnought der Everest-Klasse meldet sich.
Alright. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. We can't upgrade anything yet. The abilities are still largely in testing. I used to sort of be on that team back in the day, but that was a long time ago. Long time ago. There should be a user interface to increase the brightness just a tad so we can actually see what's happening. Yeah, there we go. It looks a lot better. A little easier on my eyes, at least. Alright, so we should be able to capture this now.
Alliance colony ship is standing by.
So we'll send that to go capture that planet. And then we'll start focusing on just generally building up our fleet. So we've got the availability of carriers, which is good. We've actually got the access to quite a few different ships. So maybe I'll start worrying about focusing on building a second battle group and label this fleet as such.
Research
And eventually build the dreadnought for it. Or dreadnoughts.
Alliance vessel reporting.
Scouts have just picked up a colonizable planet.
That's actually really nice for you.
With full longing, I wish I did not forget flight to Pari this morning.
Siege frigate reporting.
Alright. So,
You need us to be somewhat quick, Commander.
let's see. I guess we can just kind of wait it out. See where
Siege
things
frigate
go.
reporting.
There are more fighters its way. And we'll go ahead and boost our economy speed up.
Siege
I
frigate
just alt
reporting.
tabbed. LOL. And there we go. Okay.
Scouts have just picked up a colonizable planet.
Commander?
Where did those come from?
You need us to be somewhat quick, Commander.
Heavy frigate receiving your transmission.
They say they're under my name.
Our
Is that
forces are
from
under
the...
attack. Our reinforcements have arrived.
Alright. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. I literally don't know where those ships came from. Well, you really don't have much going for this planet right now.
Geneva-class cruiser is on standby.
We can throw a couple of dreads in there. Speed that up a little bit. Don't really want to buy anything for the market yet. Well,
Dreadnought der Everest-Klasse meldet sich zum Dienst.
this shit. Where's the market? Here we go.
Informative suggestion.
Palladium is the
Structure
metal.
complete.
Spoilers. Threats. A Reaper incursion is underway. Nice.
Standing by.
That's always a good sign.
Jumping too faster than light.
I mean, you've got a decently sized fleet now. Tempest survey ship. Huh. Oh, wow. That's the Tempest from Andromeda. We could put a Solarian Dreadnought in this fleet.
Einstein carrier, reporting.
Yeah, this ain't a bad looking fleet so far.
Dreadnought der Everest-Klasse
But it is going to need some more support vessels. Speed that up just for a hot second.
Scrying a planet has revealed nothing.
Dreadnought reporting, Commander.
FTL jump complete.
Normandy stealth frigate here.
More ESO is required.
Yeah, we're just realistically really low on the other building materials. So let's take a second to appreciate the design of the Solarian Dread. Really digging the overall sleek look of this thing. If I recall, they're doing a model overhaul, so I mean it looks good now, but I do look forward to see what it looks like, what it's going to look like in the long run. How many ships do we have? We have 5 cruisers, 11 cruisers. Do we have any frigates we can build? Wrong tab. There we go. Is it hard to build some of the smaller, cheaper cruiser or frigates?
Heavy frigate reporting.
And now I think about it, you get a pretty large fleet supply, and this is just based off of what I'm currently playing, which is medium. This is with medium fleet supply.
Heavy frigate reporting. Heavy frigate reporting.
So once this fleet is built up sufficiently, we're going to launch our attack on Sidon. We really don't need this many ships to take such a small planet.
Alliance vessel
But
reporting.
I like going with superior numbers, helps prevent losses.
Cruiser is mobile.
Whatever you need, we'll take care of it.
So let's see. Still can't upgrade. We're taking those.
Dreadnought reporting, Commander.
Speed that up just a little bit.
Informative suggestion. Structure complete.
Getting ready for FTL.
FTL jump complete.
Alright, so.
Have you seen what has happened
Alright. So we've got a very large battle group here.
You can consider that target destroyed already.
Large by our current technological standards anyway. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna get rid of all those little icons. We don't need team colors. Yeah. I should get rid of all those little itty bitty icons. Yep. And those are the Thanix cannons firing on that Solarian Dread. The Vanguard of Destruction has been defeated. Really? Well, alright, well we're fighting now Cerberus. I guess. I just lost everything. Whoa, there we go.
Receiving your communication.
And I hate when I do that. I accidentally zoom out a little too far sometimes.
In Bereitschaft.
Let's see, so we should be able to upgrade this a little bit further.
Dreadnought der Everest-Klasse meldet sich zum Dienst.
What is... Okay, so the Solarians Dreadnought share the same icon. Alright. Which is fine. I just couldn't tell what was what for a second. So we'll go here and we will... Well, get the Turian 7 fleet. But one thing I do notice is a lot of these buffs are made... Or a lot of the buffs that we get have somewhat of a lore-based thing as well. So, for example, the 7th fleet was created to defend the Crucible. And so, if you notice, there are a lot of range increase perks, like 15% range increases with some damage increase, which is not too bad. Actually, that's really good.
Somebody stole your sweet roll.
And I love the little Skyrim reference right there.
Not getting paid enough for this.
Normandy class standing by.
So, in the meantime, since we bought the 7th fleet, we're gonna just focus this fleet mostly on Turian ships.
More palladium is required.
Siege frigate
All right.
reporting.
Dreadnought reporting.
It might not be entirely focused on Turian forces.
More palladium is required.
All engines to full.
Unparalleled reach. Turian dreadnoughts have extreme reach, able to
Siege frigate reporting.
they will return from only opponents with extreme flexibility can hope to match this advantage. What was the other perk?
Siege frigate
Calibrations. I feel terrible for laughing at that, but that's actually pretty funny. Turian weapon engineers are never satisfied with the condition of their weapons. They will continuously calibrate every accelerator on their ship to achieve every fraction of performance improvement they can. That's actually really funny. I gotta give points right there. Let's give one calibrations and one that other buff, the range buff. And our resource growth is the biggest issue right now.
Additional research is required.
But that's not too bad. We'll just speed up the boost so everything else builds already.
You hear the reports from Calvin? It's not looking good.
We'll move all of our forces in position to start attacking one of the other little pyro worlds. Once we've secured all of our systems here, we'll consider striking out over here.
Colony is under siege.
The colony's under siege. Where? I guess not. Oh, there are actual ships here. Okay.
Informative suggestion. Additional planetary upgrades are required. Informative
Oh,
suggestion.
I need to
Additional
give us one more of
planetary
these.
upgrades are required.
And I actually need to search the planet for
Suggestion.
artifacts.
Structure complete.
Something I'm usually pretty good at, or good for.
Forces are under attack.
Is the attack bad?
Our reinforcements have arrived.
All engines to full.
Scrying a planet has revealed nothing.
Alright, well, we'll let the fleet take care of that. We've got a pretty big one.
Ready for FTL.
Our colony is under
Alright, so we'll
siege.
lower the speed just a little bit to catch up. Let's build.
Our reinforcements have
Is this just how we can build here? Oh, I had the wrong planet selected. Buff that up all the way, and then let's get to building some of these and some trade stations. So we've got a pretty big fleet going for us right now.
Pride of the Tyrian Navy.
Alright. So this guy seems to... Oh, that's an entire Reaper.
You
And just
need us
one
to
shot of
clear out
transport.
quick, Commander.
Informative suggestion. Structure complete.
I mean, at least the transports are good bait, but that's not good.
Informative suggestion. Structure
Alright, so that's gonna get
complete.
away.
Dreadnought der Everest-Klasse meldet sich zum Dienst.
Alright, so that got away. That's fine. We'll move.
It's at times like
Our
a
ships are
brief
right
I wish I
there.
was commanding a frigate.
We're gonna build up some more defensive stations. I think this is a small station with high power communications. Get assigned to land patrol fleets.
Informative
Is that all that we get?
suggestion.
I guess so.
Additional planetary upgrades are required.
And we'll focus the planet mostly on industry. Tempest survey ship. Alright.
In Bereitschaft, Kommandant.
What is this? The Slayer Dreadnought tags a vessel or station with a tag that provides line of sight over that ship or station without the presence of the Dreadnought itself. I don't know what that means, so I have to figure that out. That's actually... The Reaper is back.
Getting
The
ready
Reaper is
for
gone.
FTL. Getting ready for FTL.
Informative suggestion. Structure complete.
Actually, super disappointed you can only build that many ships here, or stations rather. Let's speed that up a little bit so our ships can get there a little faster. Where do we get all this population from?
Dreadnought reporting.
Did we lose some ships?
More palladium is required.
Did we lose ships? Am I missing something?
Communication.
Informative suggestion. Structure complete.
Alright, well. We'll go ahead and capture this planet
CP process.
right now.
We are mobilizing to the designated coordinates.
Preparing for FTL jump.
Frantic report.
Getting ready for FTL.
I know something's gonna probably attack us over here again, but we should be okay.
Getting ready for FTL.
Scrying a planet has revealed nothing.
Standing by, Commander.
Alright, so our entire fleet's just about there.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
And we'll go ahead and duke it out with these
Fire
guys.
on hostile vessel.
Let's watch the action, actually.
You can consider that target destroyed already, Commander.
Dreadnought reporting.
Triple A's accelerator wird abgefeuert. Laying down
I
fire.
don't think they had another dreadnought. Yeah, they only have the one dreadnought and 3 cruisers left. So this should be. Yeah, this is easy.
Launching .cp process.
Alright.
Informative suggestion. Structure complete.
Alrighty, so I'll send these guys over here. But other than that, we've pretty much secured the system. So in the next episode, we'll continue to secure the system and just keep building up our military force. And there's a Reaper at our planet.
.cp process is active.
And the Geth frigates are responding to it appropriately. But alright, we'll worry about that later. That's a level 5 random vessel. So, that's perfectly fine. We'll be able to handle it. Did it save? Did it save? Alright, we'll just say number 2. I guess. When was the last autosave? Alright, so I guess we'll just play it out till autosaves pops up again.
Scrying a planet has revealed nothing.
.cp process is active.
There we go. Okay, I'll just hit enter. But, alright. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I look forward to see you all in the next video. May the force be with you all. Peace.